mentioned, making some noise in the top 15. They are starting to be a team to contend with, and it is all because of this running back and how he is fueling this offense. Back to you guys.
Appreciate that, Holly. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Northwestern's offense will have the football first. And onto the field comes Aiden Childs. He's trying to flush that last performance. 4 interceptions and just a single touchdown pass. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Out of the shotgun this drive, it's 2nd and 12. To the air, it's Childs. Fires quickly. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
Early in the game, as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
Looking to the big tight end. And incomplete on the deep ball.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. Gets his first one of the day away. Might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at 23. So Ohio State's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And here are the starters on the offensive front, and you won't find one much better in the country.
And it's amazing every year, man. We do these games, and we've done them for so long, and year after year, you can just hang your hat. Like this group up front on the offensive line is going to be physical.
Guys up front, because they're not always getting 5-star talent, but this coaching staff, year in, year out, they're able to get the most out of these guys, get them in the weight room, get their weight up, work on the technique, the fundamentals, and they all work so well together. They're so well coached up front, and no different this year with this unit.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Under fire. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense trying to take it back.
And it's an ancient proverb for a reason, right? Know thyself. And what he does best is hang in the pocket and throw strikes and attack the field. It's not really running. And you can see he takes off, and the defense closes in fast. And the most important thing happens for the defense. They hit him, they get the ball out, and they force the turnover.
He's trying to get it in. Touchdown, Wildcats. They strike first.
That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. That didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls, and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive.
Out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, you've got to lock in.
The run inside. It's close. There's a crease. The defense to take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Looking for a man. It's Childs. Fires to the wideout. It's caught. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Turning it on. Makes it past the marker. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run to guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there. They'll have work to do to get the first down. Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a fourth down stop.
That is a great job by this defense, coming up big on fourth down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on fourth down.
So now it's 2nd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
From the gun on third down, Sayin. Trying to make magic with his feet. Breaks into the open. He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. The Wildcats used the first of their 3 timeouts. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. The Buckeyes will call on their punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And he'd hoped to pin him deep. Instead, it will be a touchback. Wildcats come out and set and ready to go. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on first down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points, but they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Scanning the field, it's Childs. Shoots it to the left. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Right on the money. Got room on the return. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. Say it. Going for 6. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Right on the money. Makes the grab in the end zone.
And a lot of times when you get down here in the red zone, man, it's players, not plays. Finding your individual matchups that you feel very confident in. And I'm not surprised they went to their go-to wide receiver. And I'm also not surprised that he won on the outside and got the touchdown.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Let's see what Holly Rowe has for us on the sideline.
Here on the Wildcats sideline, I can see a lot of conversations happening between the offensive line and the running back. They just haven't been able to get the ground game going. They're talking about he has got to be more patient, and they have got to give more of a push up front. The crowd is making it hard, though. I can tell you it is hard to hear as they try to struggle and communicate. We'll see if they're able to come together against this very hostile crowd. Guys?
He's going for the big play. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
And for a defense, it's not always about sacks, but sometimes it's about getting that quarterback off his spot where he feels very comfortable, and they get him flushed outside of the pocket. And good perimeter defense. He rolls to the right. Everybody's still covering their guys, moving across the field with the QB. Nowhere to go with the football.
Another incompletion on 3rd down. Northwestern will have to punt it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. Bulldozes his way through. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Here's Sayin to throw. On the run, fires downfield. He's got an open man. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. The passing game continues to be prolific, and as much as Ohio State has been built on toughness, they've been built recently on the efficient passing game.
Snags
it, and he's open. He's at the touchdown. Buckeye. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Wildcats come out to get things going on offense. Quickly trailing by 2 touchdowns, down 21-7, and really important to get something out of this drive. Oh, he's got some space. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. And the Wildcats, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. They're going to ride this running back. And he is stopped behind the line, and that's how we'll finish the 1st quarter. So 2nd down here as we're back at it. Back to pass, it's Childs. He lets one fly deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on.
Well, you make big plays for your quarterback in the game. You catch a touchdown pass, he's going to look your way again, often, downfield like they did right there. But give the defense credit, forcing an incompletion.
Another incompletion on 3rd down. Northwestern will send out the punt team. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Saying. Finds his big tight end. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. On first down, here comes this offense. He's got it on the right. Still on his feet at the 45. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
Complete on the left to Smith. Making a little bit of progress there. He gets it to the 40 before getting out of bounds. The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Snagged out of the air. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. The Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jackson. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Down to the 6. Throwing, say it. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Jackson. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they take it in for 6 more points. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession.
There he goes. Oh, what a cut. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Looking for space, it's Gotcha. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw, it's Childs. It's complete to the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking downfield. And the misconnection on 3rd down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to
wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. Play fake, Julian Sayed. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
Down, and they'll need to get the ball to the 38-yard line. Saying from the gun on third down. A shot toward the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Going the other way, and he's got room.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Off the play fake on first down. Moving away from pressure. He'll pull it down. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
What an easy way to get some free yards. I got an athletic quarterback that can do this. I can bootleg him to his right, make it a pass-run option. If he wants to take a shot down the field, so be it. But if not, just chew up some ground and go get a positive play.
Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Now on first down from the 43. Rides the back and leaves it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Looking for a man. It's Childs. Makes the grab. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. On the move, he fires. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Unloads to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
They'll move the wide receiver. Julian with the play fake. Taken in by Smith on the right side. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Just a short pass to the tight end. Ohio State calls its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. 3rd and short coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. Sayin from the gun on 3rd down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Timeout on the field. Northwestern has called it. That's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. And it slips just inside that right upright. And that will extend their lead even further.
And I like the way this defense just finished. And I know they're trailing, but they didn't give up the touchdown. Got a little bit of momentum. Not much time left in this first half, but you got halftime to make some adjustments, come out with some energy, but a nice stop here.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Finds his man down the middle. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking downfield, it's Childs. Short throw to the sideline, complete, and he'll pick up the first down.
It's obviously huge to make the catch, but give that receiver credit. Nice spatial awareness, knowing where he is on the field to make sure that he's in bounds when he secures the catch.
Nice run there, picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him...
Fires deep toward the end zone. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, thanks. Welcome into the Week 11 version of the EA Sports College Football Update Show as we inch closer to bowl season. We begin with a look at SMU taking on the Wake Forest Demon Deacons.
Northwestern about to boot it away to open the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Cross. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Powers through the defender. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Sends it back in motion. Lined up in the gun on 3rd down. Saying dumps it off in the flats. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. And the Buckeyes have this offense rolling. Running inside. It's Jackson. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them in more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
Good timing on the quick out. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Defense way too anxious there, and they just hand them a first down with a penalty. Defense a little too eager, and that's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Say it. Makes the catch. Breaks the tackle. Give him 9 on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 1.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Maybe a crease. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. The Buckeyes are threatening on 1st and goal. Send the tight end in motion. Back to pass, it's Sayin. Got it set up on the outside. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. His 3rd touchdown of this game and his 3rd on the season. A lot of glorious days in the history of the Buckeyes, and this might put this guy right at the top of the list for a single game.
And that list of names is incredible. Like, we could go down the list of so many guys that have been such great playmakers, so dynamic. So to think about putting yourself in that category, we're going to be talking about winning trophies and this guy being an All-American by season's end.
See what the call is.
Personal foul.
Well, that was an easy one for the officials. You can't grab a face mask like that, and it cost the defense a first down. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Off-play action on first down. Dances away. He's going to take off. He's knocked down short game, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry.
It makes it really tough on a defense when you got a dynamic quarterback that you can roll out. You bootleg him to the right here. The defense has to now recover quickly.
Gonna take a shot. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly, and that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's first and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Coming out on first down with the play fake. He's going to throw deep right side. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And I thought the game plan has been so good by this defense, man. They know exactly who his go-to guy is out wide, and they're doing a great job of mixing up coverage, taking that away. Listen, this QB doesn't have to go.
Makes the catch, and he's free. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
With the catch, it's Wagner. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. The Wildcats, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Off the play fake. Got his man on the outside. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
Finds his big tight end. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
These third downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this third down.
He's got the tight end. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. The Wildcats go back to work after moving the chains through the air. They'll run it on first and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just one more yard. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Wildcats. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
38, Northwestern, 14.
Coming out with it, it's Cross. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly.
Here on Ohio State's sideline, there is a lot of excitement right now on the sideline. I see their quarterback going up to guys and saying, let's keep eating. This is what they expected from him, and he has gotten them off to a terrific start. They've got the lead, and he has performed well. No big surprise. He is their guy, and he is showing that leadership down here today. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Here's Sayin to throw. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Blasted as he lets it go. Finds a man in the middle. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. And the Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So important to keep your concentration. Get off on the snap count, not before it. It's 1st and 15. Fires to the middle. Open on the right side, that's Smith. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the 1st down. They'll mark it right at midfield.
And I'm not surprised by this QB, man. He's picking up where he left off, right? They built a cushion, built a lead, struggling to stop the passing game, keep pushing the ball down the field. He's making the right reads, and this offense is in a groove.
Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Say it. Got a man, it's Johnson. Turning it on! They bring him down. He's got a 1st down, but that might be the final play of the quarter. With this game in hand, let's take a look at the scoreboard from the top 12 teams in the country. And at this point in the season, these guys have done exactly what they wanted to do and strengthen their position. Got some room entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Buckeye! And they take it in for 6 more points. They tack on another score, and how about the way this team has responded to a loss and now about to move to 9-1.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field.
Oh, what vision. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
Northwestern, 21.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Motion from the wideout. Throwing, say it. Rush is on him. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
He stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's 1st down. The Buckeyes, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. Finds his big tight end. Running with some authority as he bangs his way to the 43. The completion picked up 6 yards on 1st down, now 2nd and 4. Looking to fire. Got it. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. The Buckeyes have their offense in high gear. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Finds his target down the middle. They stop him just a link or two short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. And the Buckeyes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Wide receiver comes in motion. Run in the red zone, it's Jackson. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. The Buckeyes back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They'll ride the hot hit. It's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's over. And a big play for this defense.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then falling on it for a massive fumble recovery.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. He lofts one down the sideline. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
A first down for the offense. They'll move the tight end. Off the boot, looking for his man. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And here's what I like about that, man. That feels like an instinctive play. Like this guy almost knew it was coming. You know, most of the time in a bootleg, they want to show you the run first, but he wasn't buying it, went right to the quarterback, saw it, and made the big sack.
Pressure coming. And here's a fumble way behind the line. He is in. Takes the fumble to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11. And he splits the uprights on the extra point.
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers, to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
Wildcats sending their offense onto the field. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. And the Wildcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. He's got him. Jumped on top of the pile.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Northwestern comes to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw it. Finds his back in the middle. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
Pulled down for the tackle. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on third and short from the 49. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. And the Wildcats kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Backed up now, here's second and long. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. He's going to run it. On the move at the 30. Slides past the sticks, and he converts on second and long. Great awareness on the scramble. From the 22 on first and 10. He's looking to pass. Quarterback moving. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Takes it the other way. Inside the 30. The tag! And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense here in the fourth quarter. They're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
He'll bring it out. It's Porter. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The Northwestern offense ready to go on the attack. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
And that was a pretty good run there for the offense. And listen, I know this game's over, but that's what this offense needs a little bit more. They need a little more balance, a little more easy second down situations with some positive runs on first down. They just need something to get them going, some kind of spark. The ground game might be it in the future.
Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Wants to go right back downfield. Here's a throw downfield late. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Wants to adjust the pattern. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Quarterback gets the first down and more. Slides to the ground. He got away and picked up the first down on a second and long. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. Looking to throw on first down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. One more play to pad the stats. Bringing the heat. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. Well, some might think this head coach has a tough locker room speech after this one. I would suggest that he starts with, that's just bad.
Bad. Or, as Reese Davis would say, ungood. Just very ungood performance. Flush this one down the toilet. Move on. It's not your best day. You lost in ugly fashion, to be honest, but better days ahead.
And I think a lot of this has to come on the shoulders of the